enough.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
So it's really my first time in events like this. So when I saw it, I thought it was going to really help me.
Okay.
So I'd like to know, is there a format how
Very informal. Just your understanding of what I just said. Tell us yourself, you do, and tell us where you are going. I know how to help. Now we do.
Okay, I'm a doctor,
Okay.
a general physician.
Okay.
Well, I'm in training for surgery to be particular neurosurgeon.
Neuro. That's deep.
That's brilliant.
That means you don't have too many friends. No, neurosurgeons are not very friends.
Brain and spine.
Brain and spine. I had muscular spondylosis.
Cervical.
It was cervical. Yeah, that's the waist of
Waist.
lumbar. That's what I had. But it gave me tension headache. It was really bad. I was half for like a month. It was bad. Anyway,
That's the treatment.
that's the treatment. Away. Anyway, let's go back to the class. All right, so tell me.
In my immediate environment,
Yes.
it's my colleagues,
Yeah.
they continuously organize seminars, programs,
Good.
and the likes. But outside of that environment,
Yeah.
okay, by the way, you mentioned, I work at Wellington
Okay.
Hospital.
Okay. Okay.
So it's a neurosurgery specialist.
Oh, nice.
So outside of my
Work, mom.
work environment, my colleagues,
Yeah.
colleagues, the ones that work with me, and also
Yeah.
I'm working on the system where doctors can, or let's say, we can put doctors on the palms of patients
Okay.
for healthcare.
Okay.
In sense that, in summary, what I mean is, if you can get a taxi from sitting from the home,
Yeah.
you can get other food from sitting from the center of the home, you can also get to see the doctor.
Okay.
Because when I sit in hospital, I get really bored when patients keep coming in with infection, cough and catarrh, malaria, and
Yes.
typhoid.
Yes.
It's really boring.
Yes, basic stuff.
I mean,
Because what's only
why
one
you coming here for this? And then you have to travel sometimes
all the way.
to come to the insurance hospital.
Mm.
So, and I have a couple of colleagues that are more with this.
Okay.
So yes. So what we're working on is a situation where there is a system where patients from their home can also request for healthcare.
Lovely. That's a good one. I
So
like that.
just sit down, make a request from the app
Yes.
or the website.
Please sit. Don't be standing outside. Sit.
And then the
There are
doctor-
chairs.
And then the doctor
Chairs.
actually- and then the doctor provides consultations,
Okay.
laboratory testing,
Okay.
physiotherapy, ambulance systems connected,
Yeah.
drugs as well.
Oh, nice.
So
That's good.
I don't think there's something I've not said.
No, you have said a lot. All right, and you have given some people now their wages calculation. What will I say? What will I say? And all that. So, but I like it, and I would when we come to it much later. I'll talk about mainstreaming. Just remind me about that. Mainstreaming, yes, that's fine. Who's going next? Winfred, you're next. Somebody stood up. That person was next. My person left. You are next. We have speak up. Or for all your piece. Speak. Who are you? Yeah. Why listen to me? What? Are you doing this stuff here? I'll take you. Why are talk?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, yes.
My name is Vicky. I'm a legal practitioner and I grant
Good evening, sir. How is it? Okay.
So that's what we're doing now.
At the moment, yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Nice one. All right, where is this legal thing taking you to? Basic practitioner or? I like that. What is it? The bench. Which bench now? I don't know. I thought
ICJ.
I International Court of Justice. Where is that one? In the Hague. I like that. You keep that for me. I'll come to you now. No problem at all. Okay, tell you what you're next, sir. Sit down. Yes.
So, my name is Tewe. I'm known as the startup specialist.
Okay.
Why startup? Collective year or years in trying to define myself, and then came to that point where much more than the business strategist, because I've done that for almost 2 decades, much more than the coach, I'm a Gallup certified strength coach. So I help people discover their strengths and help them properly channel them to fulfilling their goals and objectives. I'm like a specialist,
Yes.
like the neurosurgeon. So I'm not a generalist. And what do I specialize in? Is in starting. And I believe that people have three things that limit them from starting. One is the fear of starting. Right? And people also cannot start because they do not know. The labor of fools raise them because they do not know how.
Yeah.
And then also because sometimes people know what to do, but they also don't know what next steps to take. And so that's one of the things that we help them to do. We also realize that Africa has problem, and a lot of problems around Africa. It's the fact that there's no everybody pays as a unit of government. So they're either your own local government, in Abuja, I'm sure maybe some of you provide your light, your power, your school, you don't have tutors come and teach your work and all of that. So you don't have what we call an ecosystem. So the same mentality is also used in starting business. Where you're supposed to get support services, you're the one cracking your head. So if you get into a place like say Canada today, or you go to the UK, by the time you say start business, there are 1,000,001 support mechanism in place. In fact, by the time you get into a financial institution, they're asking you what you want to do and get you an advisor. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to build an ecosystem to bring all the stakeholders. There are 6 pillars, but we identified 7th one, and that's also through research. You realize that personal development, regarding the mind and all of that, is missing on the 6 pillars. You have stakeholders like the financiers, you have stakeholders like the academic institutions, research institution, and all of that. And the whole lot of that, but 6. So what we have done is, we are now saying, we want to create that ecosystem. Bring everybody together. So today, you know that there's research institute, and research institute, if you want to maybe create some kind of soap, they already have something they've done, but they are not synthesizing it with the guy that is an entrepreneur that wants to start doing soap. So what happens is that there's a mismatch. The academia, they are doing research on how to work to set businesses up, but nobody is learning from what they come up with in terms of their solution. So that's one of the things that we do with the ecosystem. So we startup summit, we started we're doing the pre-launches, we're going to the 3rd one. Thank God the professor will be on the 3rd pre-launch to get to the 1st of December, which is the grand launch. And then we'll move on to other plans. So that's what we're doing for. So if you have business that you are
You want to start up?
yes, please talk to me.
And how many stores do you still have left?
Sir,
How many stores do you have?
I have about today now 36. So there's a free party session.
Yes.
If you can sign up, I'll give you the links.
Yeah. Oh, we don't start business.
Yes.
So you need not stand there for next.
No, I'm not correcting you.
Yes. All right, cool. Who next? Yes, sir. Sit down, but don't stand up. Yeah.
Good evening, all.
Yes.
My name is Daniel Adejo.
Okay.
I'm a journalist.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
How did you come and cover also?
I work with an FRC and
Oh, okay.
I studied mass command, masters in legal arts. Well, what actually got my interest for this program? I saw a lot of literature, and I just have interest in agriculture.
Oh, nice.
As a matter of fact, I just registered my farm in the States. So
Oh,
I'm very happy.
Aha, yeah, that's the person that is
I'm
nice.
very happy to be here, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah, okay, that's one. All right, great. So you want to feed the nation. All right, now, sitting. What? Talk. Say wow. You are warming up. See what you have to say. Yeah. Yes.
My name is Prospering, I'm a sales advisor with Nine Val. I have my background is in HR. I have 4 years experience in HR. So I have interest in food and fashion. So currently, I'm a food entrepreneur and I have a startup business where I sell and I cook and sell everyone morning.
You have told us Well, that's a
That's
That's cool.
basically.
Oh, good stuff. All right, nice. Nice. Yes, sir. Don't stand up, this one.
My name is
Okay.
I got invited this to my sister.
Yes.
I don't know where to start from.
And yeah, what do you do? What's your where is it leading to? What aspiration of this?
Education degree.
Yes.
I'm a student,
Okay.
electrical and electronic engineering.
Okay.
Okay, I also do farm too.
Oh, nice. Poultry.
Yeah. So,
Poultry for eggs or broilers?
Victoria.
The broiler.
Yeah. So, I'm doing that too. And I just got into and get from that too.
Okay.
So, because
That's what you have to do. Yeah, this is my shot. Not that shot.
yeah.
No one man. Okay. All right. We'll go to. You have to do yourself. Let them know you too.
I believe
Yeah.
my name is Chibuzo. Part of the City University. I'm taking the education and also
Okay.
so I just keep that me
Yeah.
this year. So proud to be highly explored in the brand.
Oh. Who's up there?
Sorry,
Who's up there?
Action.
Answer. Okay.
Yeah. So after I touched good operations, project management, and then I was digital solutions specialist, digital team.
Okay.
We used to drive the ESSD and cloud banking
Yeah.
applications.
Yeah.
So yeah, I see that. Well, 2014, I delved into digital marketing.
Okay.
2014. So I fell into my career in digital marketing. So about this so right now. So when this COVID-19 thing started, I got bored with the routine,
Yeah.
having to do the same thing over and over again. So
Yeah.
I just dropped my resignation and left because I was tired of the whole system of the business involved, and also it was tiring after a while. So I left and I joined the university
Yes.
because of the vision of the team,
Yeah.
vision of the brand. It really got to me, and I said to them, I wasn't in Abuja, so I
Oh,
went to Abuja this year also. Maybe this year, June also this year.
Yes.
So, I've never seen them like this. Because I'm happy to work with different kinds of businesses, to start businesses, and sort of drive their digital solutions. And give them very good vibe.
Nice. So for all your digital solutions, you see. That's what I mean. All is yes.
Hello everyone. My name is Monica. I am a client relationship expert.
Quiet.
Client.
Okay, I just said quiet to the experts.
Client. I also have a background in law, before, and I'm the founder of the Initiative. And this is the foundation that its main aim is to provide a supportive community based on just our experience. So we just started the space last year, so we're quite
No.
very good.
Okay.
We aim to reach out to as many people as we can because we know that therapy in Nigeria is very expensive. So one of the main things is to provide free therapy to people that have been abused sexually and cannot afford therapy to heal and find themselves.
Yes. All right. So if you are going through a traumatic event, yeah. All right, but for real, I'm talking about today. I'll go on today. Yes. Right.
Hi everyone, my name is Tifa and I'm a final year student at the University of Benin. I'm also a social entrepreneur. I started a non-profit when I was 19 years old called Church on the Street. And our mission is basically to see how do we create a sustainable world for children in Nigeria where every child will have access to education and at least one goal of one. And we started in my second year, just myself and a team of 4 friends, and we were able to grow from a team of just 4 people to 12 over 650 volunteers, and we're currently serving all over 2,000 families in the states in Nigeria. Last month, I launched my company called ID Consulting. It's a private consultancy firm that helps small and medium NGOs. So basically, you want to start out and you are entirely clueless on how to start. So basically, take you through the structures, build structures, help you gain visibility, and just basically all of that. So that's where.
All right, nice. Yes, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Right. My name is Adele Olabide. I just call me Dave for short.
Yeah.
I'm pastor.
Hallelujah.
So you know, those pastors of this kind of role. So I'm actually a pastor. I have a ministry. I run a ministry in Ghana. But my background is actually I have masters in computer engineering. I'm also CCNA certified and all that. But you know, as a pastor, I actually still a church because how the work of pastor can be. Along the line, I didn't want to leave my primary passion, which has to do with engineering and all that. So I tried to look for, okay, I need an inspiration, something I can do that, okay, will not affect the pastoral work, which is my main calling. And so then I said, okay, I have this, you know, naturally, the normal teaching is, okay, if you're a pastor, you want to get to the ministry, every other thing must, leave everything and all that. But I discovered that as I continue studying my Bible, I discovered that the way we have been taught passion, the way we have been taught calling and all that, we are actually wrong. Because we now discover that taking it down, we discover that everybody in the Bible, they were actually primarily non-pastors. Moses was a freedom fighter. He could have as well have passed for Nelson Mandela of his days. You understand? Joseph was a prime minister and all that and all that. So they all have some other things that, in other words, they are multi-potentialites or polymaths. So I started thinking and praying along that line. I came up with this idea of setting up a digital school. And then presently we are working on that. The plan is at the advanced stage. We're actually setting up LMS. If you have ever used Teachable before, you have used any of that. Okay, we are coming up with our brand. And then we are working with the team. I'm working with the team in America, I'm working with some teams from the UK and things like that. There's some other people from Nigeria. And one of our principal, or let me just call it our USP, is that just come with your idea, we break it down into a course. We just teach the course, then we put it on our platform. And once you just put it on the platform, then you keep collecting your monuments and things like that. So that's because you discover that most of the other platform, LMS platforms that you see, the Kajabi, Udemy, and all that, you either launch, put your courses there, nobody tells you how to design your course, nobody really gives you. So we give you a format, then we actually help you. Our professional I'm working with is based in the US. He has about 10 years experience in course and content creation. So he's a partner. So just come with your ideas, you get to break it down into a course, then we post it on the platform again. Take it from there. So I'm working on that, and I'm looking at a launch date sometimes in November. And the plans are the advanced stage. We are done with the back end. Presently, we are working on the UI and the UX. That's the user interface and user experience. That's where we are presently. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Please, the course on our going to change. Who will pay for it abroad?
Yes.
Don't laugh.
I'm serious. Okay, it's a hot one.
I'm serious.
Yes. What's it? Yes.
I'm copywriter and content writer to write page for websites. So I believe everybody should
What told you? I need to have a website to write stuff. That's free money for you. What's it? When you cross pull yourself, you are cool.
So recently I got really passionate. Recent time, like last week, I did analysis for this tools.
Okay.
And I found out that her website was not performing really well. And it's because of the poor, like the way it was built.
Yes.
So it's not been handled. Recently, I just said, and that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about for the whole EAP. I could just run analysis for their website, and because there's a lot you can do. You can optimize having your results come up at the first page in any search engine results. So, because when I checked her out, I saw that over 10 pages she wasn't there. Like the top part wasn't there. So, basically, that's what I do.
All right.
So I think we need to talk.
All right. Good
Good evening, everyone.
evening.
My name is Oluwaseyi Perez. I'm a voiceover artist.
and also I'm a social entrepreneur. I work with different international organizations, including the British Council of Medicine. And I'm also a fashion entrepreneur. I just started my fashion line. I just started my fashion line this year, and it's called Design Crafts. And it deals with different attires and jewelries also. So basically, that's me in a nutshell.
Right. Sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Senator Prayer for always.
Afuwe. Look at this. Don't think the bath. Use one knee. Like this. All right.
The law of the
Yeah. That's your class.
Yes.
Yes. We're together. A teacher by training
Nice.
and 20 years in the teaching work.
Wow.
And also, I'm into network marketing too.
Okay.
Super life for so I've actually been teaching, and recently I left teaching.
Ah.
Yes.
Why now?
No.
Who is that children? Yeah.
I'm still a teacher. I'm
Yes.
a teacher national.
Yes.
So I will always be a teacher. But it's even right now. I'm teaching.
I get you.
Yes, I'm teaching,
Yeah.
not in the classroom.
Exactly. Set that shit.
Yes. For the adults who want to really better their lives,
Yeah.
especially using the network marketing.
So you use.
That's what I do.
Okay. That's good. Good. Well done. All right. I think I got everybody pretty much this evening. And what I've just done in listening to you is I've given the curriculum for this evening. And that's what I'm looking for. So I just take you through a few things and thoughts. I think like I said, today is not about me. It's not about anything. I tell you what I'm doing in my life. My real goal and objective is spend time with my X1 and then also to check with you. So the first thing that you see there is 10 years. 10 years. And I'm one of the people that believes that I don't know I'm going to do it in 10 years' time if I don't know God's plan for my life. Quote like that. Because even though you can have a plan, we are still subject to whatever the will of God is. But there's a challenge if you are just in the space of consecration. That's what it is. I don't know what God's plan is. Without a focus on what you're going to do for 10 years, you're in dangerous realm that God cannot move. And I explain that. Because one of the things that helps people to gain traction, gain traction for life, is that there has to be clarity at least for the next few steps. Clarity, but so when I'm asking, I said with you, can I say what do you want to do and all that? You have said me things, and I love what to do with young people for academics and things like that. I mean, I know I have a friend in the US, they do all this STEM training, those things I think they say they're very powerful. I don't want people that are just passionate, I want people that their passion is very directed. Let me tell you one thing I didn't have. I didn't have a lot of guidance early. In the last 10 years, I'm telling you, if I had come under certain people's teaching and all that, I would be fired. To see me tonight is only the realm of the spirit. I'll be here. I'm telling you. So I want to help people to avoid those things. And so I'm going to say the first thing you want to begin to think about is try to think of your life in 10 years from today. So where you are, add 10 years in your mind to your age. And I want that age to sink your mind. When you now in 10 years I'll be 52. 52. You know what that means? We don't want now. Alright. But 10 years is not far. So I'm saying that you're feeling young now. I'm feeling good for you. In 10 years is not far. So the question is, so in 10 years, based on what I know now, where can this lead you to? God gives you the opportunity and the right to be able to say this is where I think it is. Now, you cannot come and say, no, not like that exactly. But you have the right to say. So if you are doing stuff with troubles, where is it leading to in 10 years? Don't be like, as we are going, they're not really helping us. Yes, it will help you, but you must have clarity about what you want to do. Because when you want to say, for example, that your certifications, do you know there's some certifications I'm just doing now? and I could have done them. And if I'd done them years ago, it would have helped me. But I was just very passionate. Passion is a dangerous thing, how you know? It can keep driving in the wrong direction. I was saying that it is not well, directed. So think about 10 years. The next I want to talk about is mainstreaming. What's mainstreaming? If you want to, if there's a stream that is going this way, and you want to get somewhere ahead, you don't need to stress, don't join the stream. And when you get to the middle, you get out of it. There are streams in your field. There are currently, so for example, now this is Laulu, and I've known Laulu for 4 years now. And Laulu is the CEO of this place, Sim Builders, and he's always been passionate for entrepreneurs to have the right environment, where they can advance, where they can grow. As I'm talking to you now, there are, I don't know them, there are at least 10 global funds for what he's doing. That if he plugs into them, he will do it on a bigger scale. He will do it because they will even give you capacity development. But most Laulus, I'm not talking about it now, you know what most Laulus do? They're hustling, they are grinding. There's some grind you need to grind. You need to position. So for example, like you want to do, you're doing your LMS stuff, and the truth about it is that I like the fact that I have a foreign partner. I'm going to talk about that later. But there are things you can mainstream. So I am doing coaching and things like that. I decided that for the field where I'm in, I can't do stuff primarily with Nigeria. And I'll explain that later. Okay? So I'll talk about this doing a bit detail later. But whatever you are doing, even as a pastor, let me help you. Do you know, let's be kind of for a minute. If you go online now, and then this man now comes and says, TDJ is coming on his platform next week. The man don't do that. I mean, first, before the whole doubt it, there is a lie. You know, when they put the picture of TDJ's picture, you say it's a lie. All right? Then they now see the video. TDJ is not very there. You expect to not do this. Am I right? And now I'm not asking you to now, hey, I'm feeling like I'm switching from teaching to showboy now, and that's the problem. All right? Can we just be taking photos? I bet. If I'll post, before I know, I'll be posting the photos. So I know what to do that. All right, so you have to begin to think like that. Think about this training. The next one, I'm taking them fast, then because I was going to do question and answers. It's pivoting. I'm going to be here as pivoted. Some say pivot, some say pivot, whatever. During this COVID period, so business was pivot. Have you heard those things before? Some of us are more confused now. What is pivot? So the idea behind it is that it's about adaptability. So I was somewhere yesterday and I was having a conversation, and we found out that a number of the people that are there are struggling in their business because they cannot pivot. Before COVID, some things were working. Because of COVID, some things have stopped working. But you know what I'm doing? They are waiting for things to start working again. I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you. It might happen over 2022. So people are borrowing money, people are suffering now, hoping that things will go back to normal. No, to pivot means to be able to adapt to the new reality. So for example, I wrote one thing there, skill. If I was a confused young Nigerian that has the basic ability to understand coding and all that, I would go into coding. To pivot basically means you have to leverage the opportunities that exist. At least you will move forward from where you are. So what I mean by that now? So he moved from being a class teacher to maybe doing stuff online. He's now in network marketing, which is a real industry, and using his skills in that place. Adaptability is very important. So for example, I do EAP now, but you and I know that before COVID, I wasn't really online. I was popular more face-to-face. Or my online was when I'm face-to-face, take picture, I was here. Am I right? But now I'm doing more training, and I'm training more people because I was able to move from being a public speaker to being a private public speaker. So that thing that is not working in your business, usually I've not learned, either you need to learn a new skill. I'm telling you something. Some of you, maybe here, if your field is not working, remember when there was travel restriction and there was no flight? The lady came to me, she used to big people would be flying everywhere. Now nobody's flying. What's she going to do? So I said to her, I said, what can you do? She cannot cook food. They're going to cook food after two pilots in under in Lagos. Instead selling food. They make more money selling food. Funny enough, they like cooking, so it wasn't stressful for them. Now they are back to flying now. But they are flying, they're also cooking when they have free time. Are we together? So I told her, I said, what can you do? And then she says, well, I still have the database of the people that I was providing services to. That's not everybody flies. Everybody flies local. Not everybody flies global. So people that fly international, they usually have some cash flow. And then by the time I analyzed it, she realized that many of them still have payments to make in the US, UK, and all that. She swung straight into the dollar exchange thing. I said, making money for that. Now she's back to travel, but she now has dollar. Do you get that point? You guys are going to have to sit down to think about this thing. So it can be skill, it can be industry, change the industry and servicing. 50% ish of the clients and service, they don't live in Nigeria. They live in Canada, live in America, live in the UK. Do you know the reason why? They value learning a lot more. Number two, when I say my cost is $150, they don't think twice. This here I would say 150 times 450. They don't do things like that. They just, because 150 is 150 to them. And they're like, wow, so cheap. And I like, if you want to call it cheap, it's not like I'm. So that's, I've had to move in that direction. So I have to move from the regular, we are trading for GT Bank. Now, if you don't know their pricing people for trading, they say, Chevy are not coming. So because now we do trading online from my house, so they tell you are not living your house. So they are pricing people like off. So they don't like things like that. So the industry think about that. But of course, high cost is opportunities. I tell people that there's nothing I cannot sell. Then I can sell cement as I am like this. With 10,000 bags per week for 10 weeks. What can I sell? Who do you sell? You do copywriting in the morning. No, you sell cement in the morning, you copyright in the evening. Am I right? You do our going in the afternoon, and all that. You sell cement in the morning, when you finish. By the time you have 10 million naira sitting there, you know, say, let's think about life. I'm serious. I'll get to that in a minute. The next thing is global opportunities. What COVID did was that it opened the world up. And if you're not doing something that is global, I'm concerned about you. I don't know why. So Sherry says he's doing this fashion thing. And I've seen a lot of people in fashion in Nigeria, and I kind of like have an idea of, let me look at fashion for example. Let me write some things. The kind of categories, all right, that you have. The people that I know that are making money in fashion in Nigeria leverage all of these two. Either niche, they sell very high, but they have relationships. So their one dress is 300,000. They don't, it's not for the public. Do you get my point? But those people, they have friends. Now when they come, I mean, someone told me some days ago that she followed that boss online, they bought 3 million naira suits. That's not a boss, that's a boss. Right? Exactly, yeah. So that one is not the one that will come and you will price your suit. You go back 30,000. No, you know. Now, this other one, you see, because there's a certain category, low quality and affordable. There's a lot of those Chinese, Turkey, Versace. Someone say amen. Amen. You know what I'm talking about, it's okay. You might be a victim right now. You can't buy Versace shirts for 7K. It's something else. I'm telling you, that's what I'm talking about. So it's low quality. These are the people making money in fashion.
Yes, sir.
Either these people, they import from Turkey. You know, I like people that are very pictures of Nigeria. But let's be realistic. If you give a tailor to sew 10 shirts, it will be different sizes.
Yes.
Because they still sew with hand, they don't sew with machine. Only machine gives you the same thing consistently.
Yes.
So people that do, you know, it's in Africa that people that do bespoke make this money. In the UK, bespoke is more expensive than ready-to-wear.
Yes.
So we are suffering the fashion thing. So I find that you either doing low quality and affordable so people can buy and they don't care, but wear 2 weeks, I'll buy another one. Or quality and still affordable. So you know the wedge and all that. Brands like that. It's at the airport. I saw a store at the airport. People will walk into that, but again, you need spread for that. And the last one is relationships. Okay. And one tailor told me that I did look at, he makes 20 native, 3 of the same, 3 no. So if it's the native attire, he will make 3 of this. So Adenuga has a house in Lagos, Abuja, and London. So he has 1 in each of those houses. So when they get that, 1 will feel and win. Those are my relationships. Say my God. So you have to know where you want to play. Don't just say I'm doing fashion. I don't want to hear anything like that again. If you are doing fashion and not making money, you're not doing fashion. And do something else. It's called software. Yes, if you are doing business and your business is not making money, I already get into my element. So I'm careful. I want to say something. All right. If you are doing business and not making money, you are suffering. You know, so I'm doing business. Oh yeah, I'm coaching somebody in food. And she told me that she's not making money. So okay, stop the business. Let's review it. Then you start again. Rather than be working next day every day, they're selling. Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm where the money is. You're not doing business, okay? So I was talking about global opportunities and networks. So I'm trying to do that. I'm not as global as I should be. So I'm trying to do a lot more things in America. America, particularly because if you blow in America, you don't know how to do. If you blow in China, they might not know you. How do you know?
Yes, sir.
There are more time millionaires in China than nobody knows. In dollars, though.
Yes.
Nobody knows about them. But in America, the way the system is America is the city that is set on a hill that cannot be used. I just said anything like that. All right, but it's true. Okay? So there are networks. So are there global network of doctors you can key into? Are there global networks of copywriters you can? If everybody bring out your phone, how does data? There's no data, pharmacy there's data. All right, bring out your phone, everybody, quickly. All right. Your field. Look for a global association that you have access to. Where do experiments now. I like to be practical. I don't want story. Any area. Don't write about going. Just food industry. All right. You know, whatever. Teachers. Just type your field. Type global. I have 1 or 2 words I can narrow it down, put them there, and look for an association you can join. Guys, what? I'm a member of the Professional Association of Resume Writers and Career Coaches in America. They go like $450 a year. I'm telling you, and I have access to people that are in that network also. They have conversations. I'm listening to what they're saying globally. You found your
Global Fashion Association.
Global Fashion Association. Go and check it. You'll probably see access to learning, to networking. Please, as you are doing local, you do it global. Are you finding for copywriters? Yes. The field, global, and then maybe 1 or 2 words to define, and all that. I don't know what it is. Face mark. Is this Agara? No. Evening. How are you? You know, so find out. You know, you have to be intentional about these things. Very intentional about these things. Okay. All right. You want it? Have you found? Maybe your own field is not clear. You saw what? What's it called? Okay.
Professional copywriters.
Go and find out. There's no price for finding out. All right. It's not enough to say pay here. Cannot reverse and all that. But I'm serious. And sometimes you need to join us. It's so important. Okay? Great. While you're browsing, let me talk about the next, I think, most important thing. Somebody asked me a question yesterday. He said he sells leather laptop bags. And so the kind of clients he wants are like top people. But he's been struggling with that. And I said there are 2 ways to pluck his fruits. Either you jump up or you grow up. It's one of the 2. The one that's most successful is what? You grow up. And that means capacity development is important. This year is the year I spend the most on myself on learning. I've paid for the courses I've not even resumed yet. I pay for it so that I will still do them. And I ask people that, what are you doing in session? See, there's a program you will do that when you do it, you will find there are many things you do in Nigeria based on assumption. It's working because it produces results better than the next person. Does not mean you are doing it the best way as possible. So in your field, you have to develop. Now, 3 areas. Technology allows you to build capacity. You don't have to go anywhere. Most programs in America are all online now. All of them have moved online. Everyone. I'm sure there's a course of neurology that you can use robotics. But anyway, there's technology. The next one is expert. Who's an expert? An expert is not someone that is popular. An expert is not someone that says he knows it. An expert is someone that's produced the results that you want. So someone says, I'm a I'm an online marketing specialist with 12 years experience, and he has 3,000 followers. He doesn't know what he's doing. Because if he knows what he's doing, it will be reflected in his own results. I would rather even go to somebody that has organic 30,000 followers and say, how do you get 30,000 followers? That guy knows something that other person doesn't know, unless he's speaking. So I'll tell you, the first move I made this year in that regard, I was looking at my field and I realized Trisha, that she was doing a lot in her space. I paid $500,000. I said, just come and sit with me and start for 6 hours. By the time we finished, I was very confused, but I was happy. Because confusion means that your brain is trying to adapt to something new. Do you get my point? And that was in February. By March, when I came up to America, that's how I got to give. Thank God I did that one. I've had a session with John OPD. I tell you, I know you can also realize that if you get things from, if you say, can you come and tell me? We'll tell you something to let them go. But when you pay them, they want to prove to you that they want to help you. Yes. And that's one thing. So pay experts in your field for capacity development. Then join associations, please. One thing I find out that leads a lot of people is that they're not connected. You have to be connected. As they say, it's connections. But be connected to your field. When you join those associations, and see, you know the shocking thing, if you join an association, you can travel to America or wherever they do in the world, or Lisbon or everywhere, for their annual conference. And when you get there, don't be like in Nigeria, be like Africa. They respect Africa. Are you an African? Oh, yes, I am. We're from Nigeria. You fear Nigeria more, you know? But go on the purpose of value. Network with them. They will tell you, oh, we're trying to do things in Africa. Can we have conversations? Sure. Why not? Be their plug. And I'm telling you, many of them shocked that they have. Many of them have tried, they cheated them with online scam, they ran away. All right? But you are the deal. So, but those things you will not get to when you go to, don't let me tell you about your association here. But join associations, I'm trying to do that more intentionally. There's no association of thought leaders. So what I do is that I pay to attend events of thought leaders. Because when I get there, other thought leaders come also. That's where I connect to people. All right? Multi-living, what I wrote. And what I meant by that is that you don't always have to do one thing. This concept of doing one thing and you know, be serious, do only one thing. It's not a real concept in life. Nobody ever only does one thing.
Yes.
Now, the thing about it though is you must build capacity to do more. So I'll give you one example. You see now, I'm writing 2 books now. I've gone and I'm going to finish about a week or so. And I thought to myself, I must write those books and the books must be out. I must sell these numbers. And that's myself. I called it radical focus. And the day that I said it, somebody just called me. Hello, we spoke 2 years ago. Remember me? I did not name. I said, yes, I'm ready for a strategy project. I've got an office in VI. You know, whatever. Please, I'm ready. Send me your invoice. My first day was like, distraction has come. I just said to myself, who do I have? Like I said, I got a guy, Deborah, the same guy that came to class. He has time, he knows has the capacity. I called him to the project and all that. I told him, I said, I will give you 50% of the profit. Because I've learned something that there are 2 things. Either I get 0% profit or 50% profit with somebody else. And I brought him on board. They are about to finish the project now. I've not seen a client. That's why I call multi-living. Where you have capacity you can leverage. Now, I've invested in him enough for him to trust me. Do you get my point? So you have to create systems where you can do more than one thing. And one of the books I mentioned is called Millionaire Employee. You know, I wrote that book. So the editor, where's my phone? It's okay though. Honest to say. So she's the only person that's read this manuscript. And I said, what do you think about the book? She says, you know, it's interesting, it's conversational. She now says, for the first time, I can see myself as an entrepreneur, even though I'm working. Just a mindset. You don't have to do your job to be a millionaire. And please, everybody in this room, if you're not a millionaire, the next 3 years you're in trouble. Not with me, you're in trouble in life. No, let me be very honest with you. A millionaire is somebody that has 1 million naira net assets. If you have that, technically speaking, you're a millionaire. All right? If you don't have 1 million naira that is somewhere, that is, I call it revolving work fund, that is bringing money 10%, you know, like that, you are not a millionaire. And if you don't have 1 million naira, there's a problem in Nigeria today. 1 million naira is not anything, no. So I'm saying to you now, and I think that brings me to, okay, that's money. Remember about my 1 million naira, whatever. Let me do the other one. So I found out something. Why people get stuck? There are 3 levels people need to operate. People will operate when you are born into the world, you are born into dependence. In fact, they call you dependent. 2 of us, am I right? Yes. Is how many dependents do you have? So dependents are usually children or old people, am I right? Or your wife or things like that. So the concept that when you come to the world, you come in as a dependent. But if you remain in, do you know that people that are 30-something years old are still dependent? Either dependent on their parents or dependent on a loan system. How do you know that? They are still dependent. Those people cause more problem in life. And it's not their fault, it's just the way they are currently configured. I explain that to you. You're actually meant to move from dependence to independence. Independence where you can stand by yourself and make things happen by yourself. It's important. Financial independence is one, but it's not a financial. In your decision making, when any of my people come, my children, they come, they say to me, you know, I don't want to talk to this person again. I said, that's great. They expect me to say why. You are 30 years old. I would like to ask you why. Don't, you are the one that thought I don't talk to somebody again. You're not talking to me. You are a human being. You can't be questioning me at 42. If I'm mad, let me be mad with myself. Am I right? You can be advising me. Am I right? So you get to independence. Now the last level is called interdependence. And that's the level where you can be great. Because you cannot be great alone. Do you get my point? So let's look at it from a financial point of view, for example. When you come into the world, you are financially dependent. You are dependent. You pay your school fees, you pay everything, and so you don't pay us. You know, when you have to start being independent early, it can affect you. And if you are also dependent too long, it can affect you. At some point, you must transit from being independent into being someone that can stand by themselves. Somebody that can earn money by themselves without help. That's what independence means. But the greatest level is not by being by yourself. A lot of people get stuck there. It's interdependence. And that's where the biggest money is. I'll tell you that the biggest money you earn will not be from your own efforts. Your biggest business deals will be from a relationship. I'm telling you that. Relationship. I was with somebody and the person was talking about how they call somebody another, and before they left, they are 10 million naira signed. And the person did not plan 10 million in the morning. So many people are stuck as independents, but they've not moved to interdependence. They don't have good relationships. Let me ask you a question. How many rich people do you know? Sorry, let me ask you this way. How many rich people know you? Because that one is more important than the first question. But you can know them. Don't you know that know them? Does he know you? Because rich people call people to help them to get stuff done. That's what I realized. But if they don't know you, they will not call you. So I encourage, we are having a conversation where I come in and said, this person, go for their party. You don't go for party. Yes, go for party. Someone say amen. I'm not lying to you. See, what although I'm close to is Jumokani. So her mom's birthday, it's a couple of years ago, and we're still together there. And then I traveled from Lagos to Ibadan. My wife and I, big car, white Agbada. I won, I don't wear Agbada normally before. I wore Agbada. I had $1 plenty. I went to spray her. She keeps talking about that. And what that means is that whenever she is in a position where they need someone that's like me, she will come. People refer to who they like. That's not like. There's a friend you have that she can so well, but you don't recommend that you recommend the one that you like. It's just human nature. You need plenty people to like you. I don't care if they don't like me. I'm a person of my own independence. You will never get to independence. You have to learn that. It's a skill. You must learn it. So don't be like me. The other day, Steve Harris called me. Why are you doing? True life was this about 2 months ago now. I said, let's 1.5 months. Why are you doing? I didn't go out. Did house? I said, I did house. He said, back, maybe go out. I said, yes, maybe go out. Because I was bored. So he drove, went in the car, started saying, where will you go? Nowhere to go. We don't go out. It was a problem for us. So I'm looking for where to be going now. Now I have to be careful where I go, but I must go. Because being at home is not enough. You always have people that are going to Ikoyi club, golf club. They are getting things done.
Yes, sir.
Let's not lie.
Yes, sir.
Let's not lie. See, there's somebody that needs a copyright. Two things, they don't know what copyright means. So you have to get, that's a challenge people like in your field. They don't know how to break. Okay, hold on a second. Who does not know what copyright in this field? You. Exactly. She might need your service, but she does not know what your service is going to be. So create, please come in there, it's a seat there, there's one there, okay, no, there's one there. So you must be able to, and then enough good to know you. So now, let me tell you one of my biggest lessons, my program, EAP. My program is best. I'm telling you, it has helped me because even though I don't go out, if I go to the UK today, there are like 20 people that are waiting for me at the airport. And they are just willing to. So find ways to stretch yourself. Now you should be hosting you should go for when British High Commissioner and all that, go for those events and tell them that when you need the space and all that, the first time we can make it available for you for free. Imagine the British High Commissioner comes there, this people, they go all blocking us. I'm telling you, those are the things we need to do. That's the thing that those other guys do that we don't do. They don't have content, but they have contacts. We have content, but no content. Wow. These are the problems. So I'm telling you what I did not do well, so you can make adjustments. There are people that your teaching can reach. Let me even say this to you. This is what I did. There are people that need you, but they don't know you. They are crying, but they don't know you. So it's your job to be visible. We spoke about search engine optimization. It's everybody can do it. When they type Jimi Tewe, my name comes out because there are not many Jimi Tewes in the world. I found some recently. Southern America. I don't know why they're South Africa, I don't know. But yeah, but when your name is Femi Ajayi, there are many Femi Ajayis. So before we should know you, think about it. When you meet the new person, what do? You Google them.
Yes.
So are you Googling? You have to be intentional about it. Now, if you just came to this life and enjoy it, it's not what I'm talking about. But if you want to build something, you have to be intentional about it. And I told you, I said, around if you're more than that, it's fine. But I wish I was 30 again. I would live my life differently. I would go to places I didn't go to. I would meet people. I would stay in touch with people. I would invest in myself. I would do those things. I would take some bolder steps. My 7th conference, I would have attempted to bring the high commissioner or something. Those kind of things. I did stuff because it was better than the guys around me. I could have done better. Don't do stuff. And the last one, this one I'm going to spend the 2 time and then take questions and answers. We'll eat much of it and go because it's raining. It's money. Please, you need to have plenty money. Don't lie to yourself. 1 million naira. That's what I'm talking about now. Yes. You need money. You need plenty of money. In Nigeria, 1 million naira in January is not 1 million naira now. It has changed by itself to that movie. So I need you to have money. I went to one I said the least person here, the poorest person should get 250k. That's the price that is broke. 250k. Because if you live in Lagos and you get less than 250k, you suffer. You will live in a far place. You're the one that will complain about traffic. Traffic is 4 hours. Somebody will say, no, it's 10 minutes. Because they live there. There's traffic in Lagos. It depends. It depends, honestly speaking. You can live next to the office. You can afford it. So when you say there's something, I just always be laughing. I don't think that. My office is in my house, so I'm blessed. All right? But that's the thing. So money gives you the capacity to have choice. And if you're here and you're not intentional about making money, you are going to have problems that you don't need to have. You're going to have problems that you need to have. And when I'm talking about money, I'm talking about, let me give you guys a view. If you have, if you have, listen to this, if you have 40 million in a revolving wealth fund, your revolving wealth fund is money that you don't touch. That's always there. You don't touch it, it's always there. You keep growing it. Now, be careful that it doesn't become a god to you. When you're like, I see money. It's like when you do that, something affects you, you know. And also, I mean, let it just grow. I'll tell you what it is. Let me not use this example. Let me use a real life example. There's a guy who manages that fund, my wife and I now, and he told us a story about a gentleman who had worked in an oil and gas firm for a number of years. When they left, they gave him 200 million naira. 200 million naira, got. So when he got to 200 million naira, he went to this guy, a friend recommended him. And he said, what do you? So he says, I don't owe anybody money, but every year I'm going to travel twice a year. I don't eat much. You know, you're going older. That's why I'm eating vegetables now. Right? When you're younger, I'm eating all my chips and as I'm going older, I'm reducing those things. Okay? So then I don't see my children, I have my own house. Those people are 60 don't have their own house. Because we pay rent. You don't know it gives you that more pressure when you cannot pay rent. How do you know that? How do you know? Anyway, so people advised him and they bought a federal government bond for 30 years. So that's the real. There was, at that time in the market, there was disclosed that don't come and meet me after this program. A 30-year federal government bond has 18% per annum. Let me tell you what this man was getting. This man was getting 36 million naira every year as interest for 30 years. That's what this means. And this was available to all of us as Nigerians. We don't know about it. Some people are settled for 30 years. So you even did it in such a way that, so he gets 36 million naira every year, but he gets every 6 months, he gets 18 million naira every 6 months. So in January, he gets 18 million, in July, he gets 18 million for 30 years. It is guaranteed by government. As long as Nigeria exists, this man gets his money. True life, and you and I, the day they launched that fund, it was available. Now, there are not many of those funds available today, but there are still some. Now, the federal government funds are no longer available. They are now states, but in all of them, they are very questionable. So don't now throw your money inside and enter one chance. I was together. Some states know about it now. There's one that I won't tell you the states. They are creating one fund that is bobo. There's nothing behind it. Okay? And by the time 4 years has ended, people have made the money and run away. So the guy now said, oh, that I want to be giving, I want to buy jam form for children. It is from his 18 million. Now, every 6 months he gets 18 million. It means every month he has 3 million naira without working. That's what the revolving wealth fund is for. I need everybody to have a revolving wealth fund. I need you to be vast enough to understand the kind of investments that can bring you that kind of return. If you do, this is 80%. Even if you have 200 million, someone say, how do you have 200 million? Let me teach you. I did not know the secret before. Just start building it. Today I went somewhere and then I went to the restroom. When I came back, the person put 100,000 naira cash there. I said, what is this? The person said, no, please just accept this in gift. 50K revolving wealth fund, 10K tithes. The one I spent out of is 25K for me. Or revolving wealth fund, 50K. So as I'm making money now, I'm intentionally putting money aside because we normally tell ourselves it's not enough. It will never be enough. Always put money aside. If you're earning 30K per month, first of all put 10,000 first. And not the way you put it that in case there's no in case it. Because when you start having the money, and share something on Instagram, so I can share it. You know, I was waiting. So we just finished service that day. I was inside, about to enter my car. I said, hey, PG, how far? I need to raise 18 million today. 3 days. and all that. But I know him, he's a man of integrity, and I know he has money and all that. He's in Banana Island. So, you know, but not Echo, not Audio Banana. You don't know about Audio Banana. They're just there by the parents, there's no money there. But so I think 80 million, I have money in this country, but I can't move it because of what, you know, restrictions or something like that. But I need to do something with cash here in Nigeria. And the guy gave me for 3 days, he gave me 2%. I won't tell you how much I put there, so you're not falling back at this program. So that's what I say. Now, this is the thing I found out was the problem. I didn't put 1 million, but let's say I put 1 million there, okay? 1 million at 2%. 10% is 100K. All right. Divided by 5 is what? 20,000 naira. So I say, all of that for 20,000. You're a poor person. In 3 days without working, 20K enter your account. It's an attitude more. It's the attitude. Do you get my point? And so I had to learn that. So I put some money inside, and 3 days after, I called Bankwale, I called Steve Harris, one of them could not because they had to find something else. One could, he put money there, the guy got the money. Now, I told the guy, I said, sir, when there are opportunities like that, they calling me. Sir, I made that. So he's out of it, but when he arrives, I go to meet him. I will not share Genesis to Revelation. I need this financial revelation. I'm telling you, guys, build your short-term revolving fund goal and want 5 million aside without touching it. My wife called me some days ago. I have this amount aside. I want to say, hey! So I've been keeping our money. So I want to invest it in this. I said, okay, good. Go ahead and do that. I'm happy that she's doing that. She's getting it. And this is the thing. Start small. Or start. Make it a habit. No matter how broke you are. That means they're about to chase you out. In fact, they chase you out. Do you know what the Holy Spirit told me one day? I like to say Holy Spirit. He told me it's a cost to always get to zero. That is the cost. That when you are down, you have zero. Today, if I'm down, which I now have, I'm in millions. I cannot be zero. Because there's one money that is there, I can't touch. It's my money, but I can't touch it. So I can't go to zero again. You should never go to zero. Because when you get to zero, it's a terrible place to be. You know what I'm talking about? It's tough to think when you're at zero. You start asking yourself questions like, why is my life like this? Alright? You will now become a philosopher. Alright? Good now. I'm telling you, so I have to work on it. So I can never go to zero. I'm paying school fees or whatever, but I'll never go to zero. I'm paying rent, I will never go to zero. I'm fixing my car, I'll never get to zero. I won't call them and say, please, can you withdraw? No. It must always keep going on, intentionally. I could, the 100K they gave me today, I can blow it now. I can chill in Abuja, go to the Hilton with the boys. When I go there, I'm drinking 1 cup of tea and I leave the place. I just get that. So now, you can't build a revolving fund if you don't have inflow. You must have money coming into your life. And I don't want you to pray for money. I want to say amen. Amen. I want you to pray to God that your brain will open. Because your brain opens without money. Yes. I've been studying this thing. You know, I'm a pastor, yeah? So I've been around. I sit down, believe God. Oh, no money. I think I said yesterday. I'm very of you believe God. I didn't get the money. Put your hand up. Thank you, my sister. Thank you, my sister. Thank you. Some of you don't believe God. It's okay. Or God always answers your belief. That's fine. Please see me after this program. Let's have a conversation. I found out that there's something that is missing most times. I ask you, what are you doing to make move? So let me even give another example. So I'm helping some pastors in a particular ministry. I do it for free for them. I call it Money Masterclass. Every Saturday, 5 o'clock. That's only I don't put on Instagram. So I'm training them. I realize many pastors are poor. And that's what makes them crafty. $111. Psalm 1, verse 11. Someone say amen. You know the reason why? Rent is useful. It is poverty that makes people crafty. Yes, sir. And you might be anointed. Do you know my point? So I realized the number of them, particularly not usually the senior pastor. Is the associate pastor for that? I'm not doing any senior pastor. The associate, because senior pastor will stay as well. When people want to sow, they don't go to see pastor. They go to senior pastor. So I'm trying to help them because their children are regretting that their father is a pastor now. You get my point? So I'm taking them through. So I was in a meeting today and I just said it in passing. And he says, wow, that's great. I know what you're doing. Please, how much is it for, you can bring more people? I said, no, I don't charge for it. Then he says, no, I know, but if you're going to charge, how much? I said, $500 per person. She said, I'm paying, please, the next one I'm going to pay for 10 people. I've budgeted $5,000 because of something. Because of something that I've created. People pay. Now, do you even see that I initially said I'm not paying, I have my own reasons, I'm serving God and all those kind of things. That's why some things you start first free, it will evolve into free. You my point. But you can't do free forever. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable.
Yes, sir.
A tree that keeps giving out and never pays back, it will not grow. If you plant corn and eat all the corn, that's the end of corn. You must keep some and plant it again. Keep some and plant again. It's the way that God has done it. So start having plans. What can I do? Sit down between, let me say this way, between now and December, how much money do you want to make? Let me help you now. I don't do Naira again. Okay, because it's always giving people today's 475, today's 700. I don't do dollar. Dollar is dollar. $1 is $1. Since January to today. All right.
Yes, sir.
If I let me upgrade you, let's do dollar, okay?
Yes, sir.
How much dollars do you want to make between now and then? Write it down. $1,000. It's okay. It's just probably that's 473,000 or something like that. Okay? No, but leave this one first. Look at this one. $1,000. Or you can look at this one. How can you get it extra? Think about it. Or you can upgrade and say $10,000. Sorry, I think it. Zero. All right? $10,000 is what? 4.73. Am I right? Millionaire. Now, this is the thing you need to do. What is the plan you have to get $10,000? Active real plan. Or let me have some money. Let me do $1,000. What's the active plan you have to make $1,000? Or to make 473,000? Okay, I want everybody to write something. I like this exercise. Write something you can do that you are not normally doing, right? You are not collecting money for, but you can do it. And it can be of service to someone. Think about it. So, for example, I don't collect money from people to help their children, but some of them tell me I mentor some children right now. I do it for free. I talk to them. But write it down. Yeah. Because if I created, now the question is, are there parents? Now let me move by my way. I have 2 kids, 1 13, 1 11. If you can, if you know somebody today that can, because I don't have time to see my son. My son is very, what's the word? Extroverted. So you tell my people, go there, you will climb his chair, go there. That's it. It affects his work also. Do you know my point? He's entrepreneurial and stuff like that. So I'm trying to help someone, and I play my part, but I'm not always there. I'm in Abuja right now. Do you know my point? And there's how much you can do with video. So right now I'm trying to get a person that can sit with him because he needs a structure for a period of time to get his mind into that state. I will pay that person. I will pay. I can pay as much as 50K in a month to do that. Just come 3 times a week. Now, 50K times 10 children is $500,000. What one thing can I do that people can pay me for money that I can now extend to certain people? You, maybe you live, where's the area near Abuja University? If you are living there, that's often. Am I right? They are coming from there. Let's assume maybe you are close to. No, there's some universities, base universities where. Is it? Jamia. You have a school. And there, now, how much is their school fees there? It's a lot, and that's what actually it's a lot. And some of you, who was it that said that they're doing something academic? It was the doctor. Am I right? Yeah. If I didn't have anything to do, I'll be thinking about what I can do for them. Oh, they told you that you cannot come and sell anything at the school. No, that's very stupid. You have to go to the authorities. Something you can talk to the person. Just find the problem you have and solve it. Look, if you don't have a plan now of how you're going to make this money, you're likely not to make it. Let me see. Singing sales ever going. Yeah. Okay. How much is the plate of your
And ranges from 1,000 to 1,000 to 2,000.
The most expensive one has lion meat inside.
2,000.
2,000 naira. Okay. Now, you might have a challenge with that, but it's okay. 2,000 naira. For Simi to make $1,000, she must sell 237 plates of Ewagoni. If she makes it, she'll make $1,000 within 97. She must have a plan. If I have 3 months, let's say there's October, November, December. Every month I sell an average of 80 plates. Every week I sell an average of 20 plates. If I sell 20 in 4 weeks, in 3 months, I will make $1,000. But Cindy says, no, PJ, I don't want $1,000, I want $5,000. 2 ways you can do it: increase the number of people or increase the price. You need to have a real plan when it comes to money. Now, for those who are employees of organizations, do your job well. But if you know that they're not going to increase your salary, you must increase your income. Because except your income is okay, you know, so your income is okay. They are paying you like 9 million per month. I'm not, it's not you are talking to. Do you have voice? You are in another zone totally. Don't say 9 million. They would have to collect that money. The end, someone called me this afternoon that the company is trying to hire in Nigeria. The pay was more $50,000 per annum in Nigeria. So as dollar is going up, the same place a lot. Some people are crying. So it depends. That's why I like dollar items. Okay. So, but I'm talking about the average person. You need to have, you sell shoes, sandals, and all that. The one you pay is 10K, 10.5 or whatever. If you don't want to do $10,000, all right, and which is 4.73 million between now and December and all the companies, no, I think it's too low for you. All right, $10,000 is too low for you. Let's do $10,000 first. Between now and the end of the year, ladies and gentlemen, if you know at 10,000 naira, so let's come back to that to. Okay, let me stick on this side. 10,000 naira. So this is 10. All right. So what she needs to sell is 473 pairs. If you do not sell 473 pairs, she will make 4.73 million. But there's no problem with this. The problem with this is that this is revenue, not profit. Do you understand? So for her to make 4.73 profits out of that 10,000 naira, what percentage is how much? She cannot say it now because if not, you will not buy slippers from her again. All right. All right. But let's assume it's 50-50. 50% cost, 50% whatever. It means she must sell, if she keeps at the same price, she must sell 800, you see what you're going to do now. Sorry, 940, about 950 pairs and all that. The other option she has is higher quality sandals. There are people in Abuja that buy, that's Dr. Sabi, I come and say, my class doctor. You know, there are people that buy, how much do they buy slippers in Abuja? Tell me. How much? It depends on what's the highest you have heard about. Yeah, it's there. 250K per Prada. And many of them, it's not real Prada. It's a Turkish Prada. I hope you know. I know. Okay, so there's that. So let's assume you do not decide to double that price to 20K. The immediate challenge they have is that our current clientele cannot afford it. Yes. So what does Idu need to do? She needs to grow up to earn more. By next year, I want to have $5,000 programs. I can't charge it the way I am, not 20 pennies. If I wear it, I must have been I'm basically a company in the US now. After a while, when you browse Jimi Tewe company, our address is America, not Nigeria. All our invoices, I'll be here in Lagos, so my invoices will be from, because people respect abroad. It's like it's above. How do you know that? So it's psyche. You have to work on. Now, we must also be able to deliver global level. So I'm investing in myself intentionally. Now, so even if you can make this 4.73 as profits, make it as revenue first. That will not be bad, am I right? So now, and all you need to do is to sell 473 pairs. Question is, are there 473 people in Abuja that can pay 10,000 naira for us? Why? So what is the gap? What does she need to do? Anybody? Find where they are, then market it to them consistently. Where do they market today? Tell me, where's the number one place to market today? Instagram. Why am I not seeing your ads? You need to see here. Have you not seen what you order? That's what you want. That's one of the greatest strategies in the world today. Am I right? Because today, so if I want to do your slippers, you know what I'll do? I'll go and watch foreign adverts for shoes. Because those guys understand marketing more than we do. We are just starting without marketing. I'll go to them, I will see how I can copy concept. And this is how I know that anybody can copy concepts. Anybody can copy concepts. You can copy concepts. Yeah. Those boys have proven that you don't need to be in space to do anything. All right, together. Thank you. So we have to do that. So I'm planning. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I want to raise 50 million naira for something. So let me tell you what I'm doing. You see value, I'll tell you what it is. All right, you buy because they do. All right. So I'm writing 2 books. Did I say that to you? Yes. And each book, the 2 of them, I'm not selling them individually, initially. I'm selling them together. So each one is 6,500. But if you buy the 2, it's 10,000. Are you seeing me now? You have to be sharp like this. I didn't know how to do things. Now, the 2 books are intentional. Now, the content is solid. Do you get my point? I have no doubt about my content. I know that if you buy the book, you will finish the book and tell me I owe you money. So I have no problem with that. Okay? So, I want to make 50 million. So, what I've just said to myself is that I want to do, I think I said it was 5,000 copies each. Yes. Excuse me. Now, do the math for me. Yes. 5,000 and 10,000. So it's 5,000. Yes, it's so. I need 5,000 transactions to make 50 million. Am I right? The mistake Jimmy's make is that they post on Instagram and say, come and buy. You can't get 15 million. You can't get 5,000 people by posting on Instagram. You know the reason why? The algorithm will never allow you to do that. Once you post, less than 8% of your followers see. It is one thing to see, it's one thing to buy. So I said to myself, this is not sustainable. So as I'm writing the book, I'm having this idea. There's a part I'm talking about investors. I think I want a company, I want to go and tell them. I will put your name inside the book. I will describe that how maybe the guy's name is Akin. So this day Akin walked into Providence Bank. You can write your book that way. Am I right? I met Mr. Whatever, the CEO, and you will tell Providence Bank that all you need for them is to buy the book for all their staff. They have the brand, the book will go global, you are a brand that they can associate with, am I right? And then they buy. If they have 500 staff, all I need is 10 Providence Banks. Like that. Have you noticed that in many African magic movies today, you see them advertising, you see the hotel, then the person will say, this hotel is the best. They have said to them. Mm-hmm. So we have to become more intentional about making money. John Obidi did something recently. Trisha did also. Visa paid their money. I know how much I can't tell you. If not, you knock on the door tonight. Am I right? So we have to be intentional. So I have a plan that this is my goal and I'm telling you. So please buy your help and ministry, okay? But yeah, I will sell to you people, it will be valuable. I will sell to online, it will be valuable, but I need people that can buy 100 copies, 300 copies. So as I'm writing the book, this is another problem, we write for ourselves. We don't write for the world around us. I'm writing the book so it appeals to people out there and want to do it. I don't think it. One of them, people thinking. I'll tell people that. Let them tell you now. Okay, so let me continue. I don't tell you that is my secret sauce. All right. But you can see that I have a plan of what I can do between now and the end of the year. What's your plan? Please, if you leave this program and you go home, I don't know anything about it. You are a very serious person. And the likelihood of you making that money without a plan is like trying to be struck by lightning. I always tell people that you want to be struck by lightning, find out when lightning strikes and go and meet them. Probability will increase. Am I right? be intentional about it. Okay? I finished now. Please, yeah. Thank you. They're asking whether you can give me spot chops and things like that. Right. Well, let's take questions and answers, and then we'll go. Jesus is coming soon. I have 15 more minutes. You guys are meant to meet each other. That's the thing that is there. Okay, you must network. How there's no shy person here? Amen? No shy person. I'm shy. You have problems. I'm telling you. It's a demonic problem. And I'm sent for deliverance to shy people. There's no benefit. Some people have lost their wife because of shyness. Right in front of them, they marry the girl of their dreams. Because they're shy. I'm telling you. All right? Some people that they did not do presentation at work. Because they're like, you are going to present. No, let's Femi do it. And that's what we do. What Femi when you want to make presentation. Shyness has no benefit. Please. I realize I have to keep saying because some people they are delivered 2 months after. They have to re-deliver them again. The demons are back. EAP people, you know what I'm talking about? Some of them that come back. They're not convinced, they're not telling themselves, you know what they're telling themselves? Maybe I'm not kind of person, they are not a serious person. Change your life. Alright, any questions based on what I've said or any other thing? Guys, this is free. Once I cross that door, you pay in dollars. Better talk. Ask questions. How much is what? Yeah, don't say questions. That's what I said. Yes, please.
You kept saying he was grow.
Yes.
And how, like?
How do you grow?
Yes.
How do you grow? Tell me.
Feeding.
Correct. Feed your brain. Yes. Look, honestly speaking, let me tell you the shocking thing. Sometime this year I went to Natal and I bought 19 books. I've read only one. But that one, it happens to you too.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, don't feel bad. You know when you watch on Instagram, you see those I'm not reading from them. You see, you don't need to read all, but at least you come to the one you can read the one. And there's what I read, my brain is scattered. And we're still recovering from scattered brain. When I've now picked the next one. I'm not a librarian. That book, I read it. I'm not interested in those kind of things. Yeah, finish that book. No, that's not my destiny. I read to change. And the book you will see in the bookstore is looking back when you get told there's no power there. Just drop it, add it to your collection for background, and be going on. But if you are not reading, and please, the goal is not reading, it's learning. If you are not learning, you're in trouble. Particularly in this generation. This is very personal to tell you. My father is gone to go to God. And my father is a lecturer. My father got to a point he was afraid of his job because he did not pivot to pilots. Because of everything in the world. He didn't pivot to online. He's good. My father was a professor of nutritional biochemistry. But my father, he created this phobia for computers. I would tell my father, okay, let's begin to learn. It was a problem for him. He felt what had left him behind. And he said to me, I remember those days, he mentioned on it, when they would be doing some things, but I thought they were not serious. Learn. Please create a system in your life where you can learn. And learn from the people that have learned from the most this year, they are all done. John Obiti, Shishel. People that have learned from this year. Because they know something I don't know. Yeah. To be doing as your senior. Which senior? Senior Pangolo. And that's what it is. They know something you don't know. They are now forming that I'm ahead of them. I had this in pocket. Am I right? Yeah, yes, results. So I go and kill them. Now listen to them. Learn is important. It's not just being around really nice emotional experiences. No. What enter your how you? The one that enter your brain. The kind of thing that will make you. And I learn mostly by observation. So I try to get close to people and I learn from them. So if you know many times I go to Trisha's page to go, what is she doing again? Now, I think Trisha does I cannot do. You know those people that are doing dancing on this, like I can't dance. How are you? You know, I don't know how to dance to save my life. But why are they doing? The engagement, the this, the that. As someone if I send them a DM, please can you teach me? I remember when I put John, I said, can you say that short boss? I'll do that for you. I'll do that. Spent 3 hours done. He sent us materials. I sat down, not the one that trained my staff, I'm the staff. Do you get my point? And very sad that not all my staff even were in the class but did not learn. And you don't learn in my company, I will remove you. I sack people now. I used to be a very nice guy. I will sack you. We start. You know, it's when you have left, you realize. So learn. That's how to grow. Be eating. Eat what the others are eating, you grow with it. Yes. All right. Find people ahead of you. And find, John already has this free session he does. There is Head Start Africa. And join. Listen to what they say. You pick his own, you pick something out. Now, if John Obidi is not your flow, go and find your flow. Don't be angry with people. That's what I'll say about growth. Yeah. Any other questions? Please come and sit down. Say, remember, come and sit down. I don't want the makers to disturb me. Come and sit down. Yeah, so there's one chair here, there's one here, there's another one here. Questions. No, it's not to reach you. Because people like, you mustn't pass with this, not like no.
But what's the one book you read?
I cannot tell you. I don't advise you that. I actually don't advise you, but I don't tell you what I read. You know the reason why? It's the same problem we have in church. It's the problem we have in church. In some churches. Or generally in church. Yeah. People like. I find out that the books I read, for example, are not popular books. I've said that before. I'd rather teach people how to learn than tell them what to learn. Because you are in the NGO space. The book I read is in my field. Do you get my point? Okay, the title of the book is called Experts. Is it expert.com or something like that?
I think I've seen
what I showed you. Yes, exactly. Huh? Russell, exactly, yeah. You might not read that book. In fact, if you read, it can be confusing you. What I'm finding the book. So, is there a book of copywriting? Who is the #1 global copywriter in the world? How many of these books do you have?
I have one.
Good, you're ready. That guy, lock yourself with that lock. I'm telling you. You start thinking, there's a law called the law of resonance in physics. When a string is vibrating, and then you bring a string that is stationary close to it, when they move close to each other, they start vibrating at the same frequency. I vibrate at the frequency of John Obidi now. I vibrate at Russell Brockton. Now I need to vibrate more with him. I'm vibrating closer to him because I'm intentional about exposing myself to him. Do you remember that? So that's
very
what it was.
like another question.
Yes, sir.
Like NGO space is not one space that's very, it's not one space that you can just call, how should I say streamline now?
Okay.
In context. So for instance, in my case, my consulting job that I do. So I get to work with clients. It's not consistent. So sometimes you have clients, sometimes you don't have anyone.
Yeah.
So I don't know how
his talent, there is talent. So what the NGO space and all that? See, Maga, you need to be getting funding. When you get the funding, you now help people for free. That's your model. There's somebody I'm trying to mentor. I don't know how to tell her that she's entering trouble. She said she wants to help. She said to the disadvantage. I'm like, okay, I said to disadvantage. Where is your advantage? Because if not, you will be disadvantaged. She's working like top me on time. I'm not trying to follow up with them because they have to do well. I'm concerned for her. And I know where she got it. Church. Because she believes that if she serves God and helps people, that one day God does lift her. God sent me to her to help her. So let me tell you what you need to do. That NGO space is not even NGO, it's development. That's your real space. See that man there, wearing kaftan, they're looking back. Go and meet him. You see, it's the mainstream I'm talking about. There are global organizations that because you are young, how do I use that? Oh Lord, my God, can I be 23 again? I won't blow. What is the senior of blow? I will.
Both is like the non-profit part, we get like donations to do our work, but then the part where I consult people, I help people.
I'm telling you,
they pay me for that. I was how do I be the type of a consistent?
That's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
Go and find people that want to help those people and be the in-between. I don't know about World Bank consultants. Sorry, no. You do the development space that I'm my brother. Hey, go and see him, he will tell you about everything. I'm serious. I can't share everything tonight. I'm serious. We have very hardworking, passionate people that they can only understand the industry. You will do well. That's what I found. Any other questions? Anybody? How can I not shy to ask a question? Because you think your question is stupid. Please, it's stupid not to ask stupid questions. It is. Please. All right. Yes, please. Transition. Tell me where I ask.
At what point do you say accept?
When you tell yourself accept, when you accept. No, for real. Now, there are a few things you can put in place so you can be set up. You know what I mean? So speaking about transition, maybe you have a job, you're going to transit. When do you know yourself? Let me tell you how you know. If you have, my brother, if you have 40 million now, are you set?
Very set.
It's overset. So this is the key. Go and find, please come in. All right, please come. You want to, okay, who's there? Okay, let's just make room for her. So she's not far from the door. All right, thank you. You know, so this is the thing that is there. Get yourself, so let me ask you, I know I said for today. How much would you have today that will give you confidence in you?
For a start,
10M. What is your plan to get 10M? If you can get that 10M, you'll be set. That's the problem. Many of us want to leave, but don't have a plan. That's the thing. I always share the story of my friend, David Welch. That started selling clothes on the back of his car. Then he opened a store. Then one day he went to the bank and then he said, you know, I don't remember those days you can check account balance. Then they will tell you to write the account and piece of paper. Not too long ago. And they will now write your balance for you. When they wrote the balance for you, it's what money they said, this is someone else's account. They said, no, it's your own. Now, if you are not sure, they will now tell you to come round to see the screen. How many years ago was that? Have you seen how fast technology is going?
Yeah.
I didn't talk about technology tonight, like I'll tell you. If find a way to be involved in the technology part of your business. Technology removes boundaries. It's so what does I say before technology? He checked the balance. So he went and saw the money. He saw so much money there because as I make the money, just transfer up. So he told himself, he said, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to open a store in Studio. If I sell 5 million in 1 month, I'll resign. 2 weeks, he had it. He didn't pray. There's a level you get to go ask God. You will meet God later. I say, hey, sir, I presume, no. I'm telling you, I need people to have confidence with money. Go and get your 10 million. I don't know, don't 10 million Abuja. Don't steal low, but you can't get your 10 million. There's money in this Abuja. I can't even move here. I'm not living here enough. I'll live in Mozambique.
Why?
Because there's money there. I will join the estate association meeting. I'm telling you what I will do. I'm telling you, where do you think you need them? Only that place. Some of them don't even come. But this one that comes, you enter that one. From that one, you will cross. Ooh, that's how many people like us do. I'm telling you, if you go to Lekki phase 1 today, if you see people, estate chairman, they are fighting for it. I know why. When you're the estate chairman, you have access to every house in the whole Lekki. Lekki is where there's money. That's why I said, you'll be broke. You'll be living in but you have to be patient about it. I'm so sorry. It's just the way that it is. Ajay, how are you? So it's important. So my brother, the distance between you and I'm ready is 10 million naira. Go and get it. Thank you. Honestly, that's why I'm very passionate about money now. You know, not for people to think about any of it. I want people to, you know, when you have money, you can choose what to do.
Yeah.
Some people have to go to work tomorrow. Not that you don't have money. Let's be honest. Am I lying? Am I lying? One of my friends, we were working at section, she saved for 15 years. Yeah, one day she got to work in Accenture. What am I doing here? Don't drop the letter. And she told them they should tell her how much she owes that you pay them. And she went to France for 1 year to just think. That's how you should live your life. Went to Paris for 1 year to just think, Lord, what can you say? And this was spoke. You can't hear God. Even if you hear God, you might be able to obey God. Have you noticed?
Yes, sir.
There's how to obey God. Now I know a lot of people are like, what if you build money and now start, the love of money? No. Once you realize that money is a tool for something, then you balance it out. Yeah. Money is not the end for me. I have a goal to have a certain number of millions of dollars in the revolving work fund that will guarantee 10%. Because when I'm 50, I must not open a laptop again for work. How am I doing? I see some people doing training and you are struggling. No, if I do it, it's choice, not force. Not if I don't do it, there's no money. If by the age of 50, think about it. If I have $10 million in the revolving work fund, and $10 million is 40, don't be afraid of money, whatever it is. But $10 million, all right? In 8 years, I can do 10 million. It's possible. So if I put the money aside and I start getting 10% of that, I get $1 million every year. And the 10 million is still there. I can leverage the 10 million and how am I doing? So at least when you know you have $1 million, let's even divide it by 12. You will not be praying some prayers. Sorry, that's what I think right now. My brain has switched. That's what So I think it's important. Rich people, most of the people that are rich in Nigeria now, the rich people are very quiet. They have, I know one guy, the guy is 32 years old. His goal is to have $1 billion revenue every year. And he's working at it. He's working at it. He's doing some big stuff. In fact, I know an area, I had a conversation with him some days ago. He has bought like 5 other areas into it. Now someone say, what if you do it and it fails? What if it doesn't have success?
Yeah.
Why are your brain wired for failure? That's what I ask you. It's a worry. Because when you think about an opportunity, you think failure, it's a worry. There's something wrong with that. You have to deal with that worry. To think success. How do I make it work? Guy's 32 years old. And the same God is rich unto all that call upon. Any final questions? 8 o'clock. I want to reach you. It's not late because when we spent up to 11 p.m. Any other questions? I don't know who have a question on the other side. Yes, please.
Pricing.
Pricing, I love that.
Yes. I run an apparel business
Okay.
where we produce big designs in small quantities.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's that French Acarano? I say that what's the other, when you say big designs and smaller company?
Just like design, popular design.
Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, good stuff.
And it's working well because
That's a good business model.
they're cheap. And
Yes.
So in the day
They are affordable.
affordable.
I'm not the cheapest.
Yes.
Yes.
So in a day you can sell 500 pieces.
Beautiful.
And I also have a fashion house
Good.
where I make clothes.
Okay.
And the pricing is just averagely not
Okay.
too high.
Not too high, yeah.
So after the year P3,
Okay.
so I rebrand
Okay.
and okay, that store, the Amara store is in the market.
Yes.
Because I want the craft. I don't want.
No, sure.
Yes. So I rebrand and I now got a space in Usetu.
Okay.
I
Yes.
was able to, by the grace,
Oh,
I
yes.
thought I was able to
Good.
get a store on my
Okay.
own Usetu. But the challenge I'm having now,
Yes.
the Ankara business, because of the low pricing and turnover
Yes.
is much.
Okay.
So overpricing the ready to wear now is a problem for me. I know I do good stuff.
Yes.
Better than
Yes.
what I see online.
Yes.
Yes. So but the pricing now is a challenge for me because the turnover thing keep pulling me back. Like, oh, when it's cheap, they buy plenty.
Plenty.
And
So your margin is low. Okay.
So I don't know. I'm still struggling in between overpricing, lower pricing for the for the.
No. Hold on. The one in the new store you have, is it the same price you have as the market?
No. That's a different business.
It's a different business entirely. Okay. So which one are we discussing right now?
The ready to wear.
The ready to wear. That's the one that is in the new location.
Yes.
Do you feel you are underpriced or overpriced?
I don't know. I think I'm on the price.
Okay, great.
Of the previous business.
Okay, so you feel that you should be charging more.
Yes.
So question, are they buying in this new place? Are people buying?
Yes.
Did they price it when they enter? Do they complain about the price?
They don't.
So don't you get sufficient turnover that makes it worthwhile? Because there are two things you can do. You can maintain your margin, which is not too high, but have higher numbers, or you can increase your price, the margin, and have smaller numbers. It's a choice. That other one, you now have to target a new set of clients. Who exactly? Yes. So you make what they like. I went to an EAP members sort the ad equipment, Ziba by ad. So I went and saw today. Where it is located first is a vibe. Then when you enter the place, it's another vibe again. So as you're entering and you are financially not vibing, you will escort yourself outside. You got a point. So you have to. I told you that I registered my company in America right now. Very soon when you said Jimi Tewe company, you will not say Lekki branch, never ever. I might be in Lagos, so it's America. So when you get invoice, it's $1. I did that because I'm going to lose some clients. But there are some clients, let me tell you something. There's a guy that I know that was flown in from America, in Nigeria, by a family to teach them family values. I cannot tell you how many thousands of dollars they paid him for 1 week. He housed him in Madison Blue, one suite full upstairs. You know there's one, it's 2 floors inside the hotel. That's what they give 1 week to come and see the husband, the wife, and the children on family value. You see, the problem is different at different levels.
Family value.
So if you want to up your price, you have to up the quality and then target those people intentionally. I think I want to do 5,000.
Once you lose,
You may lose to gain. Is it not better to lose a poor man and gain a rich man?
the fear is.
Now, the fear you have is because you have not had access to these people. So you have to change. You have to be positioned. But when you start getting them, you will lose your fear on the small boys. As I'm talking to you, my costs are still $100 online, $125, $150,
So we have
$200.
to move actually to the new place.
Yes.
So the fear of the
Fear is,
location is there.
I like what you are
everything
saying.
is there.
Fear is the problem of this world. You have to overcome that fear by knowing what you need to do. Look, if you get 20 women that are madams, you know what I'm talking about, yeah? And they start in your store, you will lose your fear. Go and find out where those women are and let's talk with them. They are women fellowships. But that's the house of God. It's okay. Hear the word of God, believe God, then connect. I'm sorry, you have to do that. Do you get my point? That's what people have met while I've been in Abuja. It's intentional meeting I met them. It's not just someone say, you're around, I will see you. That's their decision. It's not my option. They're not seeing me. Sorry, I told you people to come. I'm serious. Because there's nothing, and I'm not proud though. If you really know that I'm not a proud person. I'm not proud. I'm just wiser. You spend your time with paupers, you suffer. You spend 70% of your time with kings and 30% with paupers. Even if you got settled with paupers, I'm telling you today. But when you collect money from kings, by the time you are getting the paupers, you can bless them. But when you spend all your time with paupers, you become one. Because you become who you roll with. You become who you roll with. So I want to say a pauper is a temporary state. Don't be actually call people paupers. It's a temporary economic state that based on exposure they can transform. But I'm not going to change who I am because of who they are. Me like this, I pick my friend, I have 3 people that I'm going to be close to. They are talking about B, what is that? B. That's good that I like to move so that mind will be correct. Be tuning something inside, tuning. So mine is correct. Because mine is not correct. When I say correct, that's correct. So I must keep hearing it. Keep hearing it. And this is even tiny. But that's from 2 books. I have about 4 things I'm doing at the same time. But this is one of my flutes I'm doing. So please go and connect with Ravi and all that. Read books, how to win friends and influence people. Go and read that. You will see something and you practice it. You come on to change your life, you introduce you to somebody. That's how God moves. So I'm just saying that. How that's not. All right. I think I'm fine for today. Any more questions before we go? Well, good. Yes, please.
Sorry, I couldn't.
No, it's fine. No
I
problem.
was stuck in Bogo.
In protest, it's okay. Yes.
Again, I want to add at what point, like, okay, you apply for a job and you get the job and the money is good.
Yeah.
And along the line, before you got the job, you know that, okay, this job I'm going to spend like 5 years.
Yeah.
Then you're there. And then it's not in line, you know, like with your purpose, but
Yes.
it's like a starting point
Sure.
for you.
Yeah.
And you spend like 8 years. And sorry.
That's okay. So far, I'm fine with it. Yeah.
You spend like 8 years.
Yes.
And you've written it later. Like,
Yes.
Like 4 times.
Yes.
But
Refresh.
like 4 times, and the more you want to do it, like she said, it's fear.
Yeah.
You just feel like, okay, let me just do it small. And you have a business.
Yes.
Apart from the business,
Yes.
there is a calling that you know that this is
What I'm meant to do.
And these 3 things, they're just confusing with fear and doubt. And how do you figure that out? Removing the money that is good.
The money that is good. The question is, the other thing you are doing that bring money. Have you worked on them enough for them to give you confidence? Let me explain this to you.
Like 70%.
So what's your fear for? If you spend less time, now the problem is that, I mean, if I sat down with her, I would probably be able to decipher what exactly is going on. But think about it, really and truly. If I'm earning 1 million naira per month, or my business is bringing me 700,000 naira per month, and my house is no longer my job, I'm doing the business as a side business, I'm making 700K. So the question is, why am I not now going to really to go online? I'll tell you the reason why. You've not done something that will convince you. That just go with the flow. And that flow is giving you 700K. So I'll tell you something you can do. You can decide and say, push yourself a bit. Between now and the end of the year for that business, how much would you want to generate? Shock yourself. That's what you do. That is a job today. Now, when I got my job, I was just mad. That was totally different, all right? I didn't have money, that's I had like 10 million less things, but but for most people, I tell them, except God tells you that live now, ahead, don't do that. Go and start doing something. You are able to do 70%. What is your fear for? Your fear is usually the environment. So they're telling you, are you sure? That's how quick you started. When she started, it was rosy. You and I, this be seen together. Let me tell you this to you. Stop doing with that person.
Yeah.
You see, there's an ecosystem. I'm doing the transition masterclass. So I'm teaching about transition ecosystem. There's an ecosystem you must create for transition. You must create an environment. Let me explain. I wrote something at the bottom here when I wrote money. Money is more mind than matter. Money is more about your mind. Sales, for example, is a mental battle. It's you that tell yourself, what if he doesn't answer? It's you. They have not asked anything. They're like, what if I post it and nobody responds? It's mental. So you have to win inside first. And that's where fear is. Now, fear is dispelled. Let me share for myself something, and it was Eddie that told me. He said, do you know how powerful fear is? He said, God has not given us spirit of what? Fear. But he gave us, God gave 3 spirits for one. Fear is one. Then God gave power, love, and a sound mind. But those are the 3 that you need to overcome any fear. Number one is power. That power is not just spiritual power, it is capacity. If you start doing your business today and you grow to 200%, your fear will reduce. Trouble. Or sometimes you'll be like, but that's not pages that I have 500%. I'm already there. The next thing I help is called the love of God. God will not leave me. No matter where I get to, God will help me. And worship. And that's a big thing now. People that still believe that God doesn't love them. The people that believe that I can enter trouble, there's no trouble I enter today. I will change God's mind about me. That's where I am. And that's giving me confidence. Do you get my point? And the last one is the sound mind. A sound mind is not the book you read, it's the capacity to respond right in every moment. That's what the sound mind is. Discretion. That's what. So no matter the situation I am in, I will come out. When you have those three things, you will not be afraid of anything. Do you get my point? Yeah. And that way you can work. So please, fear is a waste of time. A lot of people die afraid. And I hate it. If I see fear on the road, I'll bash it. It's a demon. So let me go spiritual. Yes, please.
So for what I'm doing,
Yes.
though it sounds medical,
Yeah.
but most of what I do is it's not. I don't have the background in it. I don't have the background in people management.
Okay.
I don't have the background in customer relations, email marketing, digital marketing, interacting with people. That's basically most of what we're working on to set up the structure where doctors can see patients and all of that. So oftentimes I find myself being, because I have a colleague who is a doctor and both of us generated, oftentimes I find myself being primary or exhaustive arguments with him. And then I also have other teammates who don't have similar passion with me, who don't, like you said, power, sound, mind, and all that, who don't have those similar ambitions. So you give someone a task, and then you tell, okay, I'll remind you. He says he gives it to you for a good way.
Yes.
And by 12 midnight, you're still sitting on waiting for it.
I know you back.
Going to sleep.
Go to sleep, yes.
And he misses it on the first day, misses it on the second day.
Yes.
You're not very, so you try to say, this guy has been listening for the past 1 month, 2 months, every task, and then he completes only 3 out of 7 at the right time. I want to fire him, and then you're talking to your team, and you disagree, and you can't do it. And so you find yourself in this
back and forth.
Where you have 3 team members who don't share the same ambition, and then everyone is just like, wait.
The Bible said 2 cannot work together, they agree. 3 is a problem. You might need to address that. I know whether you're going to go them or not. If not, people will just be doing theorizing. You'll be talking about ideas, you never execute.
So that's not just the only problem. So sometimes we come up with ideas. They've never heard about it, they don't know anything about it.
They're not enlightened.
So
and then why are you rolling with this people now?
Most of the time I just see.
And then why now? It's like say you pass them now. And it's not right, it's truth. There's some people you cannot work with, no matter how close they are to you. I'm telling you, one of the first things we teach in EAP is prometrics.
Yes.
You'll be guarded. I can't work with foolish people. I'm sorry. And the foolish person is a state, it's not an abuse. It's a state of lack of knowledge. Before you say I'm abusing people, I don't abuse anybody. I work with people that are ahead of me. And they can deal, because I recently hired somebody that works like a consultant in the organization. I'm watching him. They have told me what he can do. I've seen something, but if not, I will fire him again. There's no time, just coming soon. You are doing back and forth. You have to have the system. Now, if you are the kind of person that's the next guy, 3 of you must agree that we have a system of a culture of high performance. And when we find continued exercise of lack of high performance, we exit the person from the system for the sake of the business. They are very emotional. Maybe is there any pastor among them? That might be the problem. I'm serious. When you are giving them another chance, I'll give that chance outside. There's one. Sorry, let's just. I'll let expose somebody. I realize, how can you give somebody a target, say you give it 12, and it does for 3 months? It's not that long the problem. You people are the problem. Let's be frank.
Yeah.
You are the problem. I'm just telling you that the problem of the company is who? The CEO. It's the CEO that will say, give him another chance after 3 chances. the CEO is the problem. There's one causing problems there. The CEO will hire his girlfriend and put her in head of strategy. It's the problem of the company. So I tell people that if my company will do better, I must do better. It's simple. If 3 heads are having problems and they're not going to, I'm telling you, it costs, you cannot go far. The way I'm describing this, accept the change. Like the change, praise the Lord. When you don't change, this is my first time to you. Advise you, start praying. God, why do that? We're going to roll this thing together and move on. And do it amicably. If you guys have had an agreement, react. And then please learn how to have this one method. Learn how to have tough conversations. I didn't know how to. These are things I've worked with me for many years. You know, I don't know how to look people in the face. Now I'll shine my eye for you. I've learned it now because I found out that growth happens through tough conversations. That thing you don't talk about, that's the way forward. We're not looking for a way around. No, I don't like what you are doing. You did it this time and it's not right. Okay, let's address it. And I like people to come to me or from my staff told me one day recently, let's say you don't care about me. I said, wow, that's great. Tell me about it. I thought it's finished. I can set my own too. Then we found middle ground. Now I'll say, how are you doing? Okay. And then we'll continue. But if you didn't tell me that, thinking you should have said, okay, guy, it doesn't even, you know, you have to talk. So please, there's nothing, I can't be rolling with 3 people and we're not going anywhere. And we escape. And we run. I can dash you no company. I can't start something. We're not going to sit down. And we are 3 months, one activity. It's a course. I use those words because we're very religious in Nigeria. We have course with never. That's why I use those words very well. Okay. Alright, let's go shortly now. Because it's like I've done it really again. I don't like all of this. This October. I can't really like this now. Alright. So guys, I need you guys to meet each other. Meet at least 5 minutes before you. You don't know there, and you all know it's only me here that I don't live in this Abuja. Meet people. Ask how they are, what do they do. I've taught them and teach this in EAP. Find out what you can do that can benefit them. People remember you when you have benefited them. See my point? So I've ended my program. Thank you very much, everybody. You are good to meet each other. All right, I'll be available tonight. Yes. All right, please stop. Thank you very much. Thank you, Laulu, for this place. Laulu, allow us to use this place. Now, this seat builders, the green workspace is available.